Hello everyone, welcome back to Trains in the Valley. If you're new here, we're just a married couple working on building a train shop and a model train attraction, sort of like you see here. So it's Monday morning, it's time to ship some items. So far, we sold a bunch of Bowser. This was a nice big batch of hoppers that came in. Really good stuff, especially these. I just happened to pick one of the most popular ones. People love those baby blues. Some G-scale, a building, all kinds of stuff, a bunch of tanks and different things like that. A couple more items here. And this guy here bought a bunch of freight cars. So all of these items are going out today, plus more. And the purpose of this video, I want to show you guys what we do on a daily basis and how the train shop is going to make things even easier. So here's the day in the life of a model train shop owner. So within 30 minutes of me being awake, I take care of the cats and then I am right to business. So where we are right now is something new and exciting. As you see, lots of inventory in this room. So we are currently in an apartment, and talk about good location. We were able to snag an apartment right next to our house to use as some additional office space to hold us over until we get the train shop. So things have been excellent. So this room here is the place I store some empty trays, and here's all our loose inventory, things that aren't in boxes. This is the easiest way to store it. We get these strawberry trays locally. They're very generous. They hook us up with all of these, and they're just awesome because they can stack. And we have our SKUs in here, and we busted past 10,000 items, so now we're into the A's, and we're already up past 1,000 of them already. Doing 50 items a day really adds up. So the first thing I'm going to do today is pick the orders. I think we have a little over 50 items to go out. Maybe, well, I checked last night, a lot can happen overnight. So I'm going to get to filling up these trays, and then we'll be heading to the shipping zone. So right off the bat, someone bought all of these, so that actually clears out a whole tray. And that's a good lead-in. I wanted to say, as you can probably imagine, it'll get full in this little room pretty quickly. So thankfully, we have products that come in and go out pretty consistently. So about once a week I come through here and I'm able to consolidate. Like I just did that fairly recently, and it looks like these guys are ready to get into another tray. So that's pretty handy. Yeah, these tops, they look like they're looking better. And I upgraded to the bubbles, so that's a good thing. I started putting bubble liners down, especially for like really delicate items. I make sure they have full coverage. So just the little things we do to take precaution. Alright, so this is our first tray. Okay, a couple minutes later, second tray is full. We got a couple tenders, gondola, loco, a little bit of everything. One boxed item. Now we don't store the boxed items over here, but that sold so fast I didn't even get a chance to move it over yet. Matchbox. These mini tanks, they seem to be pretty good. So, okay, second tray full. So here I'm borrowing a little area from the gym zone here. These are all Reading and Northern Bowser hoppers that came in, and this is the rest. I think yesterday we shipped out about 3 or 4 trays worth of them already. Looks like I got a bunch to pick again. So it looks like I won't have to worry about borrowing this space for too long. Now yesterday was raining, so we have to move stuff between buildings. That's just one disadvantage we have right now with not having our complete train shop all in one building. So you gotta look out for the weather sometimes, and I don't want to take these through a big rainstorm. So, okay, let's see what we need here. Okay, here's all the Bowser we picked. I was able to clear one tray plus a couple extra. A lot of Reading and Northerns. The Wheeling in Lake Erie, this scheme is pretty incredible. That's doing really good. Good railroad, and plenty more. So these get added to the shipping pile. Alright, this is the final tray for this building. We have a couple loose hoppers there, locos, some wires, some loads. A nice state car there, and what do we have? Another box car and MKT stock car. Okay, so that finishes this part of the day off. So if everything went good and I picked everything correctly, which happens 99% of the time, should have done good today. Seemed pretty straightforward. That means I get to take this last tray out, turn the light off, and then we move buildings. So then once we get loaded into our shipping area, another building, then I load all these products up on the shelf here, and then Victoria grabs them. Very conveniently, she's grabbing an item now. And then she starts to write the note and box up the item, and then I go over to my section. Okay, so there's Victoria at her shipping zone, and over at my zone, she's sending over packages. Then I weigh them and then fulfill them on the computer. I just took a stroll back up to the property, dropped off these packages. They're going to get picked up by UPS in a little bit. So if you order by UPS on our site, it does take a little longer because they typically pick up the next day or two. We don't have any drop-offs in our little town. We're hoping that maybe we can get set up as a drop-off location, but we will see what happens. But there that is. Now time to get back to the action. On the way back to the garage now, just observing. It's a beautiful day out. We're definitely getting into spring here, which is great because it was pretty much a brutal winter for the most part, and it made working at our property quite difficult. So now it's about 4 hours later and I'm heading into the warehouse. You probably remember this little room that we built. Now we're using this for a little something different now. Now it stores our most recent collection that just came in, and we still have a little bit of storage of stuff that's for sale, but we're working on transitioning into a total sorting space for when a collection comes in. But I got a couple things to grab. I believe it's on that pile there, so I'm gonna get to that. All right, here we go. We got the van full of packages. We have 10 minutes to get this to the mail, and then we can take our lunch break on time. Okay, now that lunch is done, we're heading over into the office. So this is where we'll spend most of the afternoon. We're going to be working on listing these items on the site. Now today we're going to do 50 items. Sometimes we do a little more to build up a little bit of a reserve in case of any sick days or anything like that. So I begin by selecting a couple items. I put them over here on my table, type up the basic information. Usually I set the items here so she can weigh it. She can plug in information there, and then she has this awesome photo zone. And then when it's complete, it lands up here. And then when the tray is full, put a sticker on it, and I move it over to the other room. So we got a pretty good thing going on here. And if it's a box item, that's our collection area there. And on a nice sunny day like today, I'll take them over to the other warehouse. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, this has been a game changer for us, but certainly we look forward to our actual train shop, no doubt, but this is holding us over quite nicely. Okay, so here's the products that we got up on the website today, among some others, and that's it for the workday. Now, I have a little bit of research to do and things like that because I'm working very hard on figuring out the things for the property. So tomorrow I'll be down there working pretty much the whole day. Victoria is going to hold down the fort at home here for the business. Wednesdays usually aren't too bad, so I know she got that under control. So I'm looking forward to giving you guys the tour to show you what's going on at the train shop property. All right, I'm in the old bar room today, as promised, giving a little bit of a video update. I'm gonna give a walkthrough at the end of the day, but just to let you know what's going on right now, we're gutting all the drywall. Actually, that was already ripped down, so remnants are on the floor at this point. We have a trailer out front, and we're getting rid of the rest of the junk. This is our last week of cleanup, and at this point, things are certainly going to start improving after this week, so we look forward to that. So we mostly just got a bunch of junk to get out. So if things go good, it'll look a lot better at the end of the day. So stay tuned for that. All right, everyone, welcome back to the future location of Trains in the Valley. So I'm gonna give you guys a tour. It's been a moment, so don't mind the big metal pile. We just need our metal guy to come out yet, and we'll be set. So we got everything opened up in here, discovered all kinds of fun stuff. We got a couple trash bags that I'm gonna start running up to the dumpster, but we got some drywall in those guys. But other than that, everything fit in the truck outside, so that's exciting. Those boards are for patching. Everything's nice and open here. The backdrop to the bar here, this cabinetry, we got that moved out a little bit, so we got some room. This is the last place that we got to deal with this tin ceiling. It's a shame about it, but it was just in too much a rough shape to restore. But we're gonna keep that nice curved trim board up there. That's gonna look really sweet. Maybe we'll sneak some trains up there. If not, at the least, it'll be nice lighting, so that'll be cool. We're gonna see what the fate of this is. We're still working on some final details with the floor plan, so I have an idea. I gotta give it a try, but I know some people really like that, and some people, like my wife, does not, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, yeah, this is the first time that we got the floor swept, so that's nice. We just got some random tools here, some wood, more metal, half of an old heating cooling unit. I guess it's just a cooling unit. Some scrap wood and stuff, but we're gonna be doing an auction pile at some point. There were some random tools and things like that was left behind. Some freebies. We got a yard sale season coming up here soon, so that'll be good. Let's see. Yeah, this will generally be open space, which our business can certainly use, that's for sure. This is where they had the bathrooms before, so now we got this opened up. We're gonna see if it'd be easier. We want to build a stairway here and a fire exit as well. We've got to see what the integrity of this little section is, because it is a different roof and it wasn't metal. So there was a little bit that looked a little rough in here. So we got to check it out. It might be easier. Now we have aggressive expansion plans in the future, so we might just tear this off and kind of get into that other stuff, but we'll kind of just leave it go for now. But yeah, I mean, I know it just looks like a big open room with still metal here and there and stuff like that, but this was a lot of work. I gotta give props to the crew. We're officially moving from the junk phase to the repair phase. So we're starting to work on some stuff, and I'll show you that outside. It's extremely loud out here, but the general gist of it is we're going to be continuing to jack things up. Now we're going to get to the point where we're going to rip off some of the lower siding. We're going to block things up. We got to raise it about 2 cinder blocks yet, and that's going to get us above grade more properly. So we're going to do things the right way, and that's exciting. So it definitely came a far way though. We had slopes about 5 inches when we started. It was pretty rough. Now we're getting down to maybe the 1/2 inch at some of the worst spots. We do have a spot that we gotta completely just start over with, because it like cracks so bad, but it's not a big deal. We were looking at it and should be no problem to tackle that. We just got to take it brick by brick. So before I go, there's one more important thing to talk about. So we recently contacted a roof contractor. Now, I've done a little roofing in the past, but metal roofing, that's a whole different animal than shingles. So I don't really feel comfortable with what we have to do. So firstly, as you can see, there's these old vents in the roof like that. And that's not exactly newer technology for sure. So what we want is a ridge vent. Now that involves cutting the roof and doing all kinds of stuff. But when I contacted them, I said, check out the quality of the roof because it's at least 20 years old. Well, apparently it's a little bit older than that, because when he got up there, he said every single screw is rusty. So it kind of sounds like it's just going to be easier to go with a new roof, which I'm all for, because again, we're putting in all this work. We want to do stuff the right way. We want it to last basically as forever as possible, right? So with that said, we got the quote back for a new roof, new porch roof. The side, like I said, that's undetermined whether we're gonna replace that altogether, but it is wrapped into the price at the moment. As you see, there's this gable end. There's no gable end on the front of the building, and that's a problem because I want to insulate continuously on the outside pretty thick. So I definitely need something to overhang. So he's going to construct an overhang for that as well, do new soffit, flashing, pretty much everything we need. So with that said, the quote comes in today at a little over $21,000, which honestly, with contracting and supplies and all this stuff that kind of got astronomical the last few years, that's honestly not too bad. And the company already is known for good work. They replaced my dad's roof a few years ago, and it's excellent. So yeah, as far as it goes, that number, I think it'll definitely work for us. So yeah, we're pretty excited, because what's great about having a crew like that come in, they'll be able to do all that stuff probably in a week, where it would take us months to figure all this stuff out. They got the tools, they got the manpower, they'll come in and get it done. We'll be responsible for the siding and the sheathing and stuff, but that I've researched a lot, I'm very comfortable with, so that won't be a problem. We're gonna do it the right way, that's for sure. So with all that said, guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna turn things over to Victoria for the pitch.
Hey guys, it's Victoria from Trains in the Valley, and thank you, Corey, for that awesome introduction. I'm sure he filled you in on everything going on with the property that we're working on for our train shop and all the little things that are involved. They're actually big things that are involved with getting that done. So we got a quote from a contractor to get our roof and gable and other things done that are high up and a little more intense work for the property, for the building. And we have a projected place that we would like to be by the end of the year. And for us to get there, we got to get this outside stuff done. This is a pretty big project. We're pretty happy that it's mid-March and we're able to be at this point right now. But we wanted to tell you what the price was, because we full-heartedly believe that we can cash fund this specific part of the project. They gave us a quote for, I don't remember the exact amount, but it was $21,000 and change. So let's round up to $22,000. They said there is a potential for, if they remove the old roof and they find some damage that they didn't see before, that the price could be higher. But that is how much it is as of now, $22,000. And that price might scare some people, but I really truly believe that with our customer base and just the passion that we have for trains, that we can get this cash funded in the amount of time that we need to be able to pay the contractor. So yeah, that's the basic sum of it, guys. $22,000. We're getting a new roof, and many of the high things related to the roof, all the gables need to be pretty much redone, and there's ventilation that's going to be put up, and many other things involving with that. The porch roof's getting done also. And we did look at other companies, and this seemed like the best fit for us, and the price was the fairest. So yeah, that's the thing, guys. So this is where you come into play. I've been busy making a sale for you guys to take advantage of. It's going to work both ways. It's going to work great for you, and it's going to work great for us. We would like to generate this money for the roof project by putting trains in your hands. So there's a sale going on as of this video being live, up to 25% off the selected new and used items. Now, I put some stuff on sale that I didn't necessarily have to. There's some things that we've been selling great, and I put them on sale anyway because I know you guys just love the products. And the sale is going to go on as long as, one, the products are still there, because so is when they're gone. And two, as long as we need the funds for the roof. So like I said, it's up to 25% off. So some things might be 10%, 15%, etc., but up to 25% off. And we've had the March giveaway going on all month, but guess what? We're extending it to April. So if you're new here and you don't know what our March giveaway was, I'll let you know what it is. It's every time you place an order on our website, trainsinthevalley.com, you get an entry into the weekly giveaway. So if you place an order every day, that's 7 entries, because we post new items every day on our website. So there's always something to find, something new and exciting. It's usually used items, but we do get new items like the Bowser 100-ton hoppers just came in, for example, and they are flying. But anyway, this video is not about that. So anyway, I have this huge sale going. It's going to go as long as we need it to go. There's no end date in mind. But I have a feeling the stuff I have on sale, guys, you're going to want to take advantage of this sale. So like I said, let's get some trains in your hands and on your layout, and let's help us get the money to get our roof done. Let's raise the roof together, guys. We fully believe in our mission at Trains in the Valley, which is to make model trains accessible to everyone. And this way we're doing that. And I fully believe that our building is going to make that happen. So thank you guys so much. You have made the last year of my life such a blast. I have some awesome customers that email asking questions regularly, and they're good. They're really good people. I really enjoy talking to you guys and just seeing updates on your layout. That's something we love. We love hearing about what you're doing on your layout. So feel free to let us know what you're doing. Send us pictures, all that stuff. We thoroughly enjoy it. We love what we do. We really do. We love you guys. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. This is Victoria and Lori from Trains in the Valley. See ya.